On the evening of November 8, 2016, television screens across India flashed a breaking news alert. The Prime Minister announced that, effective by midnight, the country's 500 and 1,000 rupee notes would entirely lose their status as legal tender. Citizens immediately crowded streets and banks to exchange their cash. But the true epicenter of this policy's impact hit miles away, across the border in the port city of Karachi, Pakistan. Leading up to that night, India was bleeding out from an invisible wound. An unchecked influx of 1,500 to 2,000 crore rupees, roughly 200 to 250 million US dollars, in fake currency was slipping past Indian borders every single year. Demonetization acted as a targeted strike, designed to neutralize a covert economic war attempting to hollow out India from within. Look at this chart. The rising curve maps the rapid devaluation of the Indian rupee at the time. That dense, intersecting flow represents the volume of artificial cash flooding the domestic market, driving up inflation and weakening purchasing power. This counterfeit pipeline directly financed violent attacks on Indian soil, including the 26/11 terror attacks on the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel. This operation was run by a deep alliance. It included underworld kingpin Dawood Ibrahim, Pakistan's ISI intelligence agency, and the financial architects holding it all together, the Kanani brothers. Since the masterminds operated from a protected sanctuary in Pakistan, law enforcement was powerless. Crippling the syndicate required a strike against the currency itself. The Kanani network served as the global washing machine for black money. They utilized the Hawala system, an informal, trust-based money transfer network that leaves zero paper trail. The brothers weaponized this network by printing supernotes. These were counterfeits produced with security-grade paper and watermarks accurate enough to bypass standard ATM sensors. This level of precision required heavy machinery. The notes were churned out in secure, ISI-protected facilities within Pakistan. They exploited a critical supply chain vulnerability to achieve this. When India blacklisted the British currency paper company De La Rue over a quality dispute, middlemen used the existing machinery and exact specifications to help Pakistan print identical copies of Indian notes. These indistinguishable fakes were routed into India through international transit hubs like Dubai and Kathmandu. The Kanani syndicate had successfully hijacked India's sovereign right to print its own money, turning the national currency against the state. The sheer scale of the laundering eventually caught the attention of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. They launched a global sting operation targeting Altaf Kanani's international drug cartel connections. In September 2015, undercover DEA agents lured Altaf out of Dubai. He was arrested the moment he arrived at Tocumen International Airport in Panama. While Altaf was sent to a U.S. prison, his brother Javed remained free in Karachi. Javed was sitting on thousands of crores of freshly printed fake notes stored in warehouses ready to be pushed across the Indian border. Javed's warehouses were protected by a sovereign border, making them untouchable by police. Neutralizing that stockpile required a move that would render the paper itself worthless. Inside secure rooms in New Delhi, Prime Minister Modi and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met to assess the impending influx. Their strategy relied on a ruthless mathematical logic. Stripping the legal tender status of the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes would instantly destroy the value of the counterfeit stockpile. The moment the public broadcast ended, Javed Kanani's inventory evaporated. Years of planning and billions in fake currency were reduced to piles of worthless scrap. The policy acted as a financial EMP blast. It destroyed the syndicate's ammunition and bankrupted them without a single shot being fired. Almost immediately, Javed was cornered. He was technically insolvent, and the terror organizations he serviced began demanding their money back. Exactly 26 days after the demonetization announcement, Javed Kanani plunged to his death from the 8th floor of an under-construction building in Karachi. Local police closed the case the very next day. Back in India, the transition to new currency introduced advanced security features, permanently locking the remnants of the Kanani operation out of the financial system. While the public faced the logistical challenge of swapping notes, the policy successfully dismantled an extensive empire built on state-sponsored terror funding.